Alright, so welcome back everybody. So for this video, I'm going to be talking about the bird strategy. Now the bird strategy is a very powerful strategy, and it's gotten a little bit stronger with the Forest Alpine expansion, the Forest Shuffle Alpine expansion. But it's still not super powerful on its own. You're still going to want to do other strategies with this particular one. And we'll get to towards the end of this video, we'll get to what strategies would work best with the bird strategy. So let's get started here. So if you are intent on going the bird strategy, the penny bun is a mushroom you're going to want to try to get if you can, because you get to draw a card for every card you put on top of a tree. And if you're going this particular strategy, you're going to be putting a lot of cards on trees. So that's a good one. But this is the most important card if you're going the bird strategy. If you're going the bird strategy, this is a must-have. You must have at least one of these goshawks. Of course, if you could potentially get more than one, even better. You could score a ton of points on goshawks if you can get more than one. There's 4 of them, so that is potentially possible. But other players know how powerful this is, and so it's going to be difficult to get more than one. But if you can get more than one, best. That's even better, right? That's even better. But yes, the goshawk is the golden card of this strategy. Now, with that said, it can be expensive to play. So if you can get yourself a stag beetle, this one will let you play the goshawk for free. Now, it costs the same amount, and of course you still have to pay the binocular ability, but you'll notice it's going to give you points on paw animals. And I did say that you're going to want to go a different strategy, including the bird strategy. The bird strategy is going to be your priority, but you're going to want to work on some micro strategies, other micro strategies, and the paw animal is definitely a strategy with this one that you might want to also sort of micro focus on as well for some additional points. If you're going to go the bird strategy, the pod strategy is one option for you, which is why I brought up the stag beetle. But let's just continue with the bird strategy. So while you want the goshawk, you're going to want to have more birds. So with that said, this tawny owl here, it is going to give you 5 points. But it's going to potentially let you draw a lot of cards if you satisfy its binoculars. Still, that does mean that it's another bird that's going to give you more points. So the goshawk here is going to give you more points with this tawny owl. Now, this is one of the best cards you can play with the bird strategy. It's the second best bird with the goshawk, with the goshawk being the most important, with the bird strategy. This Eurasian jay is worth 3 points, but it gives you an additional turn, and it's cheap to play. It's an amazing bird. This is like these 2 birds here with this one. These 3 are the 3 best birds that you can get with this strategy, okay? With that said, though, you're going to want more birds, and you're going to want birds that you can play easily. While this one is easy to play, people are going to be looking for this one, and you might not be able to get as many as you'd like of these. But with that said, most people are probably going to pass on the chaffinch here, because it's only going to give you points if you put it on a beech tree. So unless they're playing a lot of beech trees, they're not probably going to go for this chaffinch. So that means that if you're going to go the bird strategy, the best tree for the strategy is actually going to be this beech tree. It's going to be the best tree for this strategy. Zoom in better. There we go. So that's how that's going to work. So you're going to want this tree because it's the best one. But then, of course, that means you're going to want, some chaffinches as well, which is going to help your goshawk in the end. So that's kind of the idea. So yes, so that's another good bird that works with this strategy, and that's a tree that's going to work well with this strategy. So we talked about the tawny owl, but then we've got the great spotted woodpecker. If you think you have going to have the most trees in your forest, then this is another good potential bird that you would want to play for some additional points. But at the end, if you don't, you still get the extra points for your goshawk anyways, so it's something. But yes, it's a potential bird that would work well with this strategy. Now, we haven't really talked about any of the new cards yet that are from the Forest Shuffle Alpine expansion. And so this common Raven here, it's worth 5 points. It's cheap to play, and you get to draw a card too. That's amazing. That's why I say that Pond Turtle is awful, because it costs 2 and only gives you a card, and it's only worth 5. But this is worth 5, and it only costs 1, and it still just lets you draw a card. So this is another really good bird to play with this strategy. It's another good one. It's another good one. It's another good one. So there's another bird for you for this strategy that works really well. But then look, we've got this capercaillie here as well. It's not wanting to zoom in very well today. Capercaillie. So with this bird, it actually goes on the side of a tree, not the top, but the side of the tree. So this is another really good bird that's going to go well with the goshawk. Now, once again, you might want to get some other strategies going. You might want to place some plants into your forest as well. You know, some moss. If you might want to get a bunch of trees and get some moss out, or place some other plants potentially, right? So to score points if you're going to go with the capercaillie here. But still, the capercaillie is going to help you score on your goshawk, and that's what really counts, right? But yes, it gives you another place to put a bird. If you're running out of space on top of trees, it's going to give you another place to place a bird to score even more points with the goshawk. Then we have the bearded vulture. Now here's another bird that you might be wanting to play with the bird strategy. And it could give you a couple of points based on the amount of cards in your cave. So once again, the raccoon is going to be a good card for this strategy, because it's going to help you get more cards to your cave, which is going to give you more points on your bearded vulture, which once again is going to help with your goshawk and give it more points as well. So the raccoon's good for this strategy. The bearded vulture is another bird that would work well with this strategy because of that, and because it's going to be hard to get all of these birds sometimes. So the raccoon could be advantageous for sure to have around. Now, with that said, there's another type of card that scores you points based on birds. This blueberry here is going to give you 2 points for every different bird. Not for every bird, but every different bird. So let's see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 8 different birds here. So that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, 12, 14, 16. You could get 16 points easily with this blueberry, potentially, if you had all of these birds here. And we didn't even include some of the other birds that are in this game. The bullfinch you could potentially play if you're going to add some insects to this game. So that's another bird that we didn't mention, so that could give that one more points. And the goshawk more points. And then there's the golden eagle, for instance. That's another bird, different bird that's different from these. And so with that said, yeah, the golden eagle could be a good bird for this strategy as well. But it doesn't give you any points based on birds. It gives you points based on amphibians and pod animals. Hence the raccoon, for instance. So there's a point there. So which means you might want to try to go and play some, pod animals. You might want to do a micro paw strategy for sure, or a micro amphibian strategy with this golden eagle if you're going to include it with your bird strategy as well. So that's the bird strategy. Not a lot of change. We've got the raven, like I said, and we've got the capercaillie, which is in a different spot, so that's different. And then we've got another potential card that lets you score points based on birds. And yeah, so there's a few changes to the bird strategy that would make it a little bit stronger. But once again, you're going to want to do micro strategies with the bird strategy as well, some other micro strategies. So that's it for the strategy videos for Forest Shuffle Alpine expansion. Yes, there's still some other strategies like the wolf and deer strategy, which I'm not going to talk about because I don't enjoy playing that strategy because it's a little too strong, and it's still too strong. But I think I've had the most fun with these particular strategies over the some of the other ones that you might still be tempted to go for. But I've had a lot of fun with the strategies for this one, the pause strategy, the bat strategy with the insect strategy, for instance, the big forest strategy. I've had a lot of fun with all of the strategies that I've mentioned in these videos, but the ones that I'm not mentioning are the ones that I just don't enjoy. But still, if you like those are pretty strong too, or potentially even stronger maybe. But I hope you guys liked these videos nonetheless. I hope you liked the strategies that I talked about for Forest Shuffle Alpine Expansion, and then this does give you something else to do and enjoy besides just the one that's overpowered. So thank you guys for watching these videos, and I'll see you guys again next time. Bye.